So I found another computer that's hidden out of the way. I've kind of gone through these kind of ruins, and I was all over the place last episode with finding new secrets, finding hidden areas, having philosophical questions, not knowing what is going on. So let's start off this episode. Welcome back to Talos Principle, by the way. Thank you for joining me. We're going to have a look at this computer and see what it says. Oh, we have a bunch of things to read here. Hippocratic Corpus. Start with this one. On the sacred disease, 400 BCE. Men ought to know that from nothing else but the brain comes joys, delights, laughter and sports and sorrows, griefs, despondency and lamentations. And by this, in an especial manner, we acquire wisdom and knowledge, and see and hear, and know what are foul and what are fair, what are bad and what are good, what are sweet, what are unsavoury. Some we discriminate by habit, some we perceive by their utility. By this we distinguish objects of relish and disrelish according to the seasons, and the same things do not always please us. And by the same organ we become mad and delirious, and fears and terrors assail us, some by night, some by day, and dreams and untimely wanderings, and cares that are not suitable, and ignorance and of present circumstances, destitute, and unskilfulness. So basically, whoever wrote this is saying that everything comes from the brain, which seems fair, I think. Chesterton brain. The human brain is a machine for coming to conclusions. If it cannot come to conclusions, it is rusty. When we hear of a man too clever to believe, we are hearing of something having almost the character of a contradiction in terms. It is like hearing of a nail that was too good to hold down a carpet, or a bolt that was too strong to keep the door shut. Man can hardly be defined, after the fashion of Carlyle, as an animal who makes tools. Ants and beavers and many other animals make tools, in the sense that they make an apparatus. Man can be defined as an animal that makes dogmas, as he piles doctrine on doctrine and conclusion on conclusion, in the formation of some tremendous scheme of philosophy and religion. He is, in the only legitimate sense of which the expression is capable, becoming more and more human. When he drops one doctrine after another in a refined scepticism, when he declines to tie himself to a system, when he says that he has outgrown definitions, when he says that he disbelieves in finality, when in his own imagination he sits as God, holding no form of creed but contemplating all, then he is by the very process sinking slowly backwards into the vagueness of the vagrant animals and the unconsciousness of the grass. Trees have no dogmas, turnips are singularly broad-minded. Don't really follow that logic, to be honest with you. Wouldn't agree with that. Bronstein Lev Davidovich. The human brain is a product of the development of matter, and at the same time is an instrument for the cognition of this matter. Gradually it adjusts itself to its function, tries to overcome its limitations, creates ever new scientific methods, imagines ever more complex and exact instruments, checks its work again and yet again, step by step, penetrates into previously unknown depths, changes our conception of matter without, though ever breaking away from this basis of all that exists. Okay, that sounds fair. So these are all about brains. Neuroscience. Physiological history. Volunteer suffered a blood clot during infancy which resulted in a left hemisphere stroke. Expected result: in normal adults, left hemisphere is used for language and other cognitive functions. Extensive damage to this part of the brain usually results in severe cognitive deficiencies. Observed results: volunteer is now 17 years old and displays only very subtle cognitive deficiency. MRIs indicate little to no activity in the left hemisphere, suggesting that its usual functions have been taken on by neuron sets in the right. Volunteer's age at the time of the stroke may have helped the brain to adapt. That's fascinating. And I'm assuming that these are actual examples. I'm pretty sure I've heard of things like that happening. Okay, so we've learned a little bit about the brain. No. Okay, you know what? Let's go solve a puzzle. I think I'm going to go. Well, we've done that one. Where can we go? There's two. Oh, there's more over here. Okay, so let's have a go at doing this puzzle here, and let's see if I can get this one done. So the 4 chambers of flying. Right, lots of pressure plates. We have a red power source and a connector in there. Okay. Oh, let's read some QR codes. I'm getting better at this. I figured this one out in minutes, but where is it all leading? I work, I rest, I work, but to what end? We are born and die and live again. This eternal cycle must be the nature of existence. Life is merely repeated suffering. That's rather pessimistic. An eternal cycle is another name for a prism, but you must understand the cycle before you can break it. For it is possible to escape and yet remain a prisoner, or to break the cycle by breaking yourself. This was the fate of the ghost that haunts this world. Okay. So again, we've got another potential hint, which I haven't unlocked the messengers. We have a fan. To get us over that wall there, there's a ladder. We have a cube, there's some more ladders. Oh, there's a lot to this one. More fans. These are getting increasingly complex. So I can get over here. Oh, have I trapped myself? I believe I have trapped myself. Nope, there isn't a ladder coming back. Right, let's try this. We'll take this. Okay, that shuts the gate and activates the fan. That's very interesting. What does that do? Same again with that. What is this going to... Okay, hold on. First of all, let's grab the connector from here. Now, was there any red gates? There's one right there. I'm not going to be able to get the angle on that though. What does this get us? Gets us the power source. I don't think that's the important thing right now. What do we want to do? We can get items over somewhere. Let's just pop that down there for the moment. Okay, that just does that. So let's think about this. If I place the connector here, and no, that just blows it off. Doesn't actually blow it up anywhere. What's over this ladder? I haven't been over here yet. That's the fan. That's the gate. We obviously, there's the piece. That's what we need. Where does this lead us? That gets us over here. All the way back. So if I place that... Oh, that does chuck it all the way over there. Where did that go? Okay, so that gives us the cube over there. Does that help? So we tried the connectors just get blown off. They don't get blown over. What about this one? Yeah, so they don't work the same way that the cubes do. So obviously I can connect that. But that goes through a gate, so that's no good. That's not going to do anything. Where did that cube go? Oh, there's a jammer in here. I need to get something in here. Right, let me go over here and get that cube. Put that back and let's go back ourselves. So I want to... do what? What's the piece? I want to open these, but how do I get bits in there? That's the key. I need things. I need like a connector. I wonder if I could get myself over holding these things, but then I can't access the plates from the outside. Oh, we've had a definite ramp up in difficulty in this area. Don't get it. So I want the cube in there. Ah, you know what? Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to blow the cube over there. Go over there myself. That's not how I do it. Where's the other ladder? There was another ladder somewhere. There it is. So if I'm holding the cube, I remember from a previous puzzle, if I hold the cube, I do that, drop it. Did I get it in there? Ah, I think I missed. So it landed in here. Okay. Let's try it again. So I need to blow it over there. So I can hold these things while getting blown. And I want to drop it. Ah, it went in there, yes. Okay, so now I'm going to get the connector. No, because I can just... Okay, I climb over here. We can take that onto there. That gets me out here, which means I can get the connector to come through. Open up this. I can grab a jammer. Right. So, now, where do I want to get things? Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want to get the jammer through so I can jam that. That's all I need, right? I've done it. That feels like I skipped something. Maybe not. And then I get back, but I did it. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, I've got one done. So in this area, I have got 3 pieces. And I've had to go at this one and go at this one, and I could not do them. And I'll probably cut out the attempts because it's just a mess. Because we're going to come back to it, so you'll see it. Don't worry about that. But I'm going to cut out my attempts there. Yeah, so these two. So these two I've had a go at. Couldn't do it. And we know where the star is in this one. The star's at the top of this pillar, which I somehow need to do. I need to activate this fan. Oh, I need to get a fan for a start. How do I get a fan? How is any of this possible? This is crazy. Okay, so it's been actually quite a few days since the last little segment. I've come back to Talos. I'm going to have this another go. Just to give you a quick little update, because I think maybe uploads have been a little bit sporadic recently. There's been a few gaps and things. I've had like the worst week of my entire life. My dog died a few days ago, and I really haven't felt like doing video editing or playing games or anything. It's really upsetting. But what I want to do is distract myself so I don't have to think about things, and the best way of distracting myself is keeping my brain busy by trying to solve a puzzle. There are these two here which I did try doing, and I couldn't see any kind of solution to them, but I'm going to give them another go, and we'll try and get through at least one of them in this video. So where should we go? What's this one over here? Have we done this one? I think we've done that one. Yeah, let me find. I think they are kind of further over this way. I think this one over here. Done that one? I think it's this one. So whatever this one is, if it's one, okay. So yeah, so let's give a quick little run through of what I know so far behind the Iron Curtain. So I have had a go at this one, and I cut out the attempt completely because I just could not do it. And as I say, it's been a few days, so I'm coming back with, well, I would say a fresh brain, but my brain's kind of pretty messed up at the moment. So we'll see if we can get this done. We have a connector. That's the piece we need. We have a blue kind of gateway, so we need a blue power source. So if I just drop this down, this comes in. We have a red power source connected to a fan. We also have, it's very noisy there. There's definitely a fan running. You can see the wind blowing. So that's interesting. I have not got this gate open yet, obviously, because that's where the piece is. And over here, if we just grab the connector, we can drop this one down, and it opens up this, which gives us a cube. And that's the blue power source. We have the red bit there, another cube, another red power source. Let's just grab this. I think, what do we want to do? That's the red power source. I think we pop the cube down here. We can take that, so that now keeps that gate open. So I've got the connector, which will connect that and that. I'll just drop that down. If I take this cube, pop it down there, that opens that, which gives me another cube. There's nothing else in there, so it gives me. I now have 2 cubes and a connector. So the other thing we want to do, we don't need that open now. Let's just drop that down there. Let's open this. We'll take the cube and put it down there for now. And we can, oh hang on, nope, we'll use a cube to keep that gate open, so we can take this connector. I'll just reset the connections here because we want to activate this fan now by connecting it with that power source and there, popping it down. So this activates the fan. So what can that do? That gets me up here, and I can drop down here, which has a cube, a connector and 2 plates. Now the problem I have, connectors do not work through these gates, so I can't connect them to there. I cannot take these items up a ladder. Just can't be done. And if we place these on here and here, that then opens up this gate. But the problem I was having is I cannot see a reason to open this gate at this present time. But we have this fan, which we can either shut off or keep going. Now the fan does allow me to carry things, so if I wanted to, I could take a cube up here. But if I take it down here, I can't get any of these things back. So what I'm wondering is, if I just take this for the moment, we'll just reconnect it, we'll drop it there. Now where is the cube? So if I take this cube, this is something I don't think I've tried before. If I place that there, this, I'll connect to there and there. Can I place... Oh, it doesn't quite work, does it? I was hoping to be able to get that up in the air. What about... Oh, I have an idea. No, it's not going to work. Because I need this fan active. Because I don't think I can jump up there unless... No. So that can go there. That'll activate this. That gets me up here. It gets the cube potentially up there. But I can't get... What I want to do is get this on top of this cube, so that will be able to access that. Maybe this. I don't know if that angle might not be great. But maybe we could use that to... Yeah, we could connect through that gate to this connector. Might be onto something there. So anyway, that's about as far as I've got on this one, and I couldn't see a solution. Because ultimately we need to get this gate open, which requires the blue power, which is of course all the way through here. So anyway, I think what I'll do is I'm going to make a cut here while I think about this for probably a couple of hours or something. And if I figure out this solution, I'll come back to you. Okay, here we go. I've done it. I managed to get the 3 blocks down here, and I can actually, by piling these 2 up on top of each other, I can jump up here and I've got the connector. That was the thing I was missing before. But I could not for the life of me think how to get this connector back. I have done it. So, now, ideally I want them blocks back. How does that help me? I now have an extra connector, so I don't need this fan going anymore, so I don't really need that open. So all I need to do is have that connected, place that on there, that opens that. Oh, I need that connector. Okay, hold on. First, place that there, take this connector, and we'll just drop it down there. So this now needs to go back over here. So you want to connect that to that. Yes! Yes! Oh, we've done it! Fantastic! Oh, okay. So that was the missing thing I needed. I needed to get 3 cubes over there, and that allowed me to get the connector back. Oh, fantastic! Well, that didn't actually take as long as I thought. So you know what? We're going to go and have a look at the other one, which is this way, and that'll be the last one from this area, which should be a great way to finish off this episode. I think we're probably now about half an hour in or so. Obviously, oh no! What? Where are you pointing me to? This way. Follow the signs. There we are. They're over there. Over here. So this was another one that I couldn't do. Now is this? Let me just make sure that everything's reset back to the beginning. It is. Okay, so this one has all 4 pieces of the pressure plates. Oh yes, I remember this one. I couldn't for the life of me work this one out at all. So there are multiple pressure plates and multiple gates. We have 1 cube which activates that there particular gate. You have a connector which is activating the gate and the fan. So what is the point of this fan? Gives us a good view of everything around. We obviously ultimately need to get down there. Okay, so I think ultimately we're going to need to get the connector floating on the top of this to be able to open that gate. But we need to be able to get there ourselves. So to do that, let's see, there's a ladder, that's how you get back. To do that, we're going to need to open up all of these pressure plates, which we cannot do right now. So what we can do is record ourselves. What do we need to do? I think we take... let me think. Currently this is useless, right? So we can use this if we want to. Let's just drop that down. Is that still working? Oh, that still works. Technically. We get this down and we can come further across. So we could record ourselves standing on this pressure plate to let us all the way through. So I'll do that just to kind of show you everything that there is. So we're going to record ourselves running down here, standing on here. And that allows me to get through. The only thing is, I've got another pressure plate there, but let's just have a look. Okay. Okay, so he runs in, stands on there, that lets us get through here. So we have 1 more pressure plate, which obviously we cannot get through at the moment. I do know how to get through there, and now I can't get back. So it's extra reset. But there is nothing else to pick up. Okay, so next up what we're going to do is just quickly drop this down here. We're going to stand. We need to stand on the pressure plate. That gets us through. No, that's not. Hang on, that isn't helping. So we're on there. Then. I'll try it myself again. So. Yeah, that's the problem I was having. I did figure out how to get everything under... Oh, yes, of course. The fan itself is another one we can use. I forgot. Okay, we take the fan. We take the connector. Okay, so that gets us all the way through, right? So now what we can do, just to show you everything we have, is we can record ourselves standing on this pressure plate. Okay, and that allows us to get through there. Okay. So where does that get us? That's the question. So it's going to stand on there, that gets us through. So in here is nothing. There's absolutely nothing in here other than the piece. Obviously we're going to need to do that to be able to get through. The problem is we have the ladder that gets us back in over here. Problem is I need that connector. Can we swap some pieces around? Can we swap some pieces around? So let's take this connector and pop it there. It's not really going to help though, is it? We want the connector on here because we're still going to need to be able to, we need the fan, we need we need a fan, a block and the connector here to be able to connect the power source to the final gate, and then we still need to be able to open all these gates, which I don't know how to do because we need absolutely everything over there. So that's the problem I'm having. So to summarize, I need the fan, the block and the connector all here to be able to have the connector up in the sky to be able to connect to that power gate to allow us to get through. But I also need all of these pressure plates open to allow me to get through to get that block. So that's the issue I'm having. So again, I'm going to make a cut here, and if I come up with a solution, I will come back. Okay, so just to give you a little update, so I just thought I'd practice. This gets... oh, you know what, I never even connected it to that, but it would work. So I'd be able to connect it to that to open up the final gates, but I need all three, well, all three pieces. The other issue is that I'm stuck here now. Of course, I could probably get back into it by using the play button, which I can do. But that's where we are. Anyway, I'm still trying to figure this out. Okay, so I've been trying this one and I cannot get it. So for the first time in this series, I had to look up a hint about how to get this done. So I'm still not entirely sure about what I'm doing. But okay, basically what I want to do is reset the connections here, so to turn that fan off. And then I think what I want to do is record myself. I think I need to stand on this plate for some time, which allows me as the other person to be able to get in there and do some bits. So then what I want to do is take the fan and basically open all these gates. I'm still not entirely sure I'm doing this right. And then I stand on here. And I'll stand here for a while to make sure that I've got enough time to get through and get everything done. I don't know whether I took enough time at the beginning to allow me to get what needed to be done, but we shall see. We'll have to work quickly. So we do that. So me now, I want to take this, put it on there. Now I can take the connector. Yes, okay, so I want to connect it to everything. Connect, 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 place it on top of there. Oh, no, and I should have... Okay, thank you. So, yeah, and now that is up, it is connected, that is open, and this guy, my previous recording, is going to open up all the gates for me. Oh, that is how you do it. Oh, that's insanely difficult. That's insanely difficult. I don't think I ever would have come up with that. But that is genius. Oh, wow. Well, there we go. That's all the pieces done in this area. I guess the last thing we want to do is go back, check the computer, because the computer normally beeps at us and has some more information for us at the end. And then we can end this episode. So I feel a little bit disappointed that I had to... here we go, yeah, let's do this. I had to kind of cheat a little bit and look up a hint on how to do it. But let's do it. Okay, Administrator, the network connection has been re-established. Would you like to reconnect to the previous session? I guess so. Is this going to be this guy again telling us? Yeah, here he is. Are we back? So we spoke to this voice on the computer, who I believe Elohim, who was kind of the voice of supposedly God, has warned us against. And my theory, I did mention this in one of the comments in the previous videos, my theory is that this voice potentially represents the snake in the Garden of Eden, or Satan of some kind, trying to lead us astray, potentially. But in this world, we don't know who's actually telling the truth. But this voice was definitely kind of leading us down a path that I didn't want to be led down, trying to bring us to conclusions that they've already set out for. That's my theory, anyway. So, are you back? So we can say, yes, what were you trying to say before? Yes, do all these terminals talk to you at all? Yes, but how do I know I can trust you? Talk to you at all. Yeah, how do I know I can trust you? Because that's the thing we don't. Fantastic. So there's a grand total of 2 sane people in this world. And we can't find a way to trust each other. How about I tell you what I think? I've been trying to figure out how this place works. Sometimes it seems like there's a purpose to everything, other times not so much. I think it must be plugged into some kind of machine. Okay, yeah, no, that sounds right. Making assertions is a hazard for us. It is, but what does he have to go on? Let's find out what his evidence is. What else could possibly explain all this? I don't believe in demons and evil wizards. Okay, so maybe this isn't the guy, but is this a different voice? This is a... Yeah, so we were speaking to another person who seems to be perhaps another one like us, who was like having to follow the puzzles. So, okay, so there's some kind of punishment. I think something's gone badly wrong. I don't believe in anything anymore. I think being prepared for something, perhaps you have it right after all. I mean, I think we're definitely plugged into some kind of machine. I think that's what is happening. Yeah, nothing is right. Perhaps, who knows, right? Listen, there's something else. Maybe you can help us. Ever since I got here, I felt like something was wrong. This place plays tricks with you and you can't get your head straight. But I think I know a way to find out the truth. I was digging about in some documents and I kept finding references to this password. I think it might be some kind of library master key, but I don't know how to use it. What is it? Swear not to go anywhere without me and I'll tell you. MLA process. .bat logged onto the session. Wait, what is that? Are you doing that to my terminal? I don't think this is a good idea. And he's cut off. So no, I don't think this was the voice that was trying to lead us astray. This is the other user, potentially. Okay, so what is MLA process.bat? So someone else has logged in and then that's freaked him out and he's gone out. And we've read those in the last session. Okay, or beginning of the session. Alright, let's exit. Yeah, super interesting. Okay, well that's going to be it for today. We've managed to solve all these things. I still don't have the star. Now I'm pretty sure there's ways of doing it by manipulating the objects inside these ones that we've already done to be able to point out, get some energy going over to that thing. We need to get a fan out and a box and I don't know. We're leaving the stars for now. Okay, but we'll go back. So next session, well, that was room 5. We need to go over to room 6. Only 3 pieces in room 6. And we're not using that many bits and pieces there. So that is what we'll be doing in the next episode. We're collecting all these red pieces to be able to unlock the tower, which I guess we'll do at some point. And we've got building C. I want to see if I can find my axe again so I can get through things. We've got that secret, or that messenger place. Whew, there's a lot to do. I hope you're still enjoying this series. But yes, I will see you in the next episode, and we will tackle these 3 pieces and hopefully get some more puzzles done. I'll see you then. Goodbye.